Welcome to Cooking with Carolyn. I'm Carolyn Marks, and this is my guest today, Brandy. Brandy, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Brandy Patterson. I'm a massage therapist. Lively food is kind of like my passion. I'm a vegetarian as well, so all of this stuff you have here is some of the stuff that I cook at home. I'm new to the vegetarian lifestyle, so I'm interested in getting some more ingredients and recipes and seeing how this goes.
Cool, cool. Brandy, everything here today has been picked fresh out of the garden right here on the Kansas City, Kansas Community College campus. So it's very fresh. And what we're doing now is we're going to be preparing for the fall and the winter. In Kansas City, we have all 4 seasons, which we are good and lucky to have. We got spring, summer, fall, and winter. And so in the fall, it's kind of like with the ants and the squirrel. We work really hard in the fall to preserve. We dehydrate, and today we're going to be canning.
Nice.
Once these babies are canned in these mason jars, they'll be sealed. It's a simple process, and you know I love simple because you love simple. And we're going to do a hot water bath, so it's going to be really easy and very much fun. I do want to make sure that I make a point of letting you know that before you use your mason jars, even though you buy them in the grocery store or Walmart, you can get them almost anywhere, please never can without boiling your jars and top first. Okay? You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to can today is we're going to do like a combination, which will be really easy. And we're going to do peppers. So I'm going to give this jar to Brandy and have her start stuffing it with peppers.
Okay.
And what I would do is, like these are banana peppers.
How do you tell the difference between a regular pepper and a banana pepper?
I'm glad you asked that. The banana pepper is usually long and a greenish yellowish color.
Like a banana.
There you go. She answered it for me. And they're not hot and they're not mild either. They're just kind of a sweet, crunchy, juicy flavor.
Nice.
And so they were going to mix them all up. So I would put these at the bottom. And as you rotate, this is our next pepper. This pepper is a jalapeno. So this is going to be hot and sweet and delicious and crunchy. So when I would put this one in, I would put that one top first. That way you can get as many stuff down there as possible.
Okay.
And as she does that, I'm going to grab some pre-cut okra. It's been washed. And we're going to put some of these in a mason jar because we're going to can about 4 jars of different veggies today. Canning is, it's time consuming, but it's worth it because in the winter, you're going to want those fresh vegetables that you had all summer.
Yeah.
And it's a good way of preserving them. There's so much you can. As time go on, we'll be canning things like your own spaghetti sauce, your own pickles, push, and I'm going to show you what's going to happen with that. Push down as many as you can and try to get some of these little ones in the corners.
Okay.
The reason I have her pushing down like that is because once it comes out of the hot water bath, which is just a pot of boiling hot water, they're going to shrink all the way down. And it's going to be all this liquid at the top. So stuff as many as you can. Okay. Now with the okra here, we're going to do 2 types of okra. Yes, this okra, we're going to add marigolds. They're edible. And if you've been watching my show before, you would know that they're very delicious. I love putting them in salads and anything that I can get my hands on.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, I love them.
Yeah, I like my food beautiful.
It does make it much more enjoyable. So I just put some of those at top, and I have some room left, so guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to stuff some of these bad puppies right on in there as much as possible. How's yours going?
That's good, but that smells really good.
Well, why don't you go ahead and put you some flowers in yours?
Now, do I separate them at all, or?
No, just open them up like this. We're going to open them up, and there's your flowers, and you just put them in there.
Okay.
You can be as creative as you want and have a lot of fun with this. Good. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is to make the brine. The brine is basically your juice. I'm just going to tell you the truth. How you want your peppers to taste, how you want your pickles to taste, that's how your brine is going to taste. So if you try your brine and it doesn't have a certain tang or a certain flavor to it, then keep adding till you get it. So right here we already started. Some butter. If you could hand me the white vinegar. This is a cup of white distilled vinegar. Thank you. Can you hand me the apple cider? Again, these are your basics. This is 4 tablespoons. Make sure that's hot. And can you please hand me the salt? We're only going to use about a tablespoon of salt. Black pepper, please.
Ma'am.
Black pepper. And the last 2 ingredients I want to add is a little bit of onion powder and garlic powder.
Those combinations will make anything taste good.
Right. And so those 2 things bring brings your brine. And so we're going to grab a spoon under here and we're going to stir it up really good so it has a flavor. And why don't we start with yours?
Okay. Oh, wow. You put it in here.
Yes, and you just pour it over. And normally I would taste it, but I already know my taste buds and how I like them.
Can I taste it?
Mm-hmm.
The juice, right?
Yeah, I'm going to give you some in just a second. And then that way you could try it. Okay, there's your spoon. You could try it. And I'm just going to pour the rest of this right over here. Uh-oh. Fill it up. You like it? Just say the same. Now the last thing before you put it in the hot water bath is you take a knife and you go around the edges. You see that? Do you know why I'm doing that?
So that it can get everywhere.
See them bubbles coming up? That's getting the air out.
Okay.
Fresh dill. Take the top, push down. I hold my thumb down, wrap it up, close it up, tight as you can get it, and there's your pickled peppers.
Beautiful.
Now, while Brandy places that in the boiling water, we'll be back and I'll show you how to can fresh tomatoes. See you in a minute. Welcome back to Cooking with Carolyn. I'm Carolyn Marks, and my guest today is Brandy. Say hi, Brandy.
Hi.
Well, I'm glad you came back because we've been canning today. We have canned peppers,
Yes.
hot and sweet. We canned, what else?
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes, which is what we're about to do now. And then okra
Yes.
with edible flowers.
Yes. which smelled beautiful, by the way. And you mentioned something about boiling the cans before. Now, why do we have to put these in, you said a hot bath?
Yes, the reason that I mentioned that you boil your mason jars or your canning jars before you use them is for contamination. Boiling water will cut down on that, and you do not want bacteria canned up in this jar, because some canning jars last 10 to 20 years until you open it. Then you have to put it in an ice box. So,
and ain't no telling how long they've been sitting on the shelves in the store.
And it helps. It helps. It helps. So that's why this is upside down. Did you have any other questions?
Yeah. How do you want us to place them in the water? Is there a particular way? Like, can we just drop them in there, or do they have to be?
Okay, that's a good question. We when you put the canning jars in your hot water bath, because that's all it is hot water. There's other canning measures I want you to know. Do not try a hot water bath with green beans or corn. Those require a pressure cooker. What we're doing today is hot water bath, and all these ingredients that we're cooking today, you are safe with a hot water bath. But we'll get more into that later.
Okay.
So right now, hand me that big tomato over there.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to start out by showing you guys how to cut the tomato up. This tomato was picked today. I hate to cut on it, but you're going to just cut like the middle part out.
I always had a problem with properly cutting, so it's nice that you're showing us how to cut, because I've always had problems cutting.
Yes, and if you see any bad spots, just turn upside down and cut it off.
So this doesn't mean that the fruit is bad, it's just...
No. And some people even sell what they call canners. That means that they're ugly, but they're still delicious. And the reason that we're using this glass plate is because we want to collect all the juice. Because what you will notice with canning tomatoes that we didn't do with the peppers and the okra, the pepper and the okras are pickled. That means we made a brine.
Right.
Tomatoes don't need anything. They make their own juice, which is the best. So, what you want to do is cut. Come right there. Cut down the middle. Then, cut down that in the middle. Make fours, right?
Yep.
And then we're just going to make chunks.
Alright. You know what I noticed with fruit, which you're just saying, it makes its own juice? That's the only thing where you get a solid and a juice at the same time. How awesome is that?
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I never thought about it like that.
God created this.
And before I forget, if you have any questions, feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube and send us your questions via YouTube or media services at KCKCC Community College, and we'll try to answer any of your questions.
Am I doing that right?
Yes, you are. You're doing very good. Now, while she is finishing this up, I'm going to grab this cup. And this is fresh parsley I picked from the garden today. And I decided to add parsley to these tomatoes because these tomatoes I'm going to end up using for either chili or spaghetti or meatloaf, something like that, that I would already put parsley in. So putting the parsley in ahead of time while it's canning just emulsifies it.
I know, right?
Makes it so juicy. So I'm going to put some at the bottom and some at the top.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
Pretty good. Now, if you could hand me this, and I'm also going to add some onion. So can you hand me some of that onion over there? If you notice, I'm kind of pushing it in here with the gloves. And please use gloves because your fingernails hold a lot of bacteria under there. When you're cutting tomatoes, the juice kind of runs under your fingernails, and you don't want that in your canning product. But see how easy this is? Now, once you take part of those onions and put it in the middle.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add the rest with all this juicy juice. You would appreciate this so much in the winter. You will be counting the jars you have left.
Oh my goodness.
And you'll be waiting on next summer. So
Why
you
does it
can.
smell so beautiful? It's like we're in here cooking gourmet meals and we're just cutting onions and tomatoes.
And you know, this stuff is fresh. And
Makes a big
you
difference.
can't be fresh.
Right.
Now, notice I put the parsley on top and I'm pushing it down. Again, remember, air bubbles. Go around, pour. Round, pour. Round, pour. Push down. We have the top. Make sure nothing's around the edges. Hold your thumb. Squeeze it on tight. As you can. And there you go, fresh canned tomatoes.
Beautiful. Now, set it upward or?
Yes. Matter of fact, set it right there real quick because what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to the side and I'm going to let you guys see the finished product.
I'm excited.
So, do you think that, are you brave enough to get it out the hot water?
I am. Because I won't eat it.
Well, guess what?
What?
I'm going to make it easier for you.
What?
I'm going to have you pour most of the hot water out. While she's pouring out most of the hot water out, that means that we'll be able to grab them easier.
Right.
Okay.
Alright.
So, as she's doing that, we'll just go over a few things. A brine. A brine needs vinegar. I like to use two. Distilled white vinegar and also apple cider. A brine needs salt. Salt is a natural cure. You need black pepper, you need garlic powder, onion powder. Actually, you can make a brine any way you want, as long as you got that vinegar and that salt in there. I add a little butter with mine, or you can add olive oil. It's up to your preference. And you can never lose. Some people add cayenne pepper. I'm guilty. I add all kind of ingredients. Okay, so set it right here. And I'm going to move this to the side. And now go ahead. They should be not, well, if it's too hot, then, is it too hot for you?
A little bit.
Okay, well then I have a special tool for you.
Okay.
Just set it right there. Don't worry about that. Just go ahead and grab the other one. Now, if you notice, it's bubbling. This is the peppers. There's the flowers. Go ahead and grab the other one. Look at the okra. It looks different, doesn't it? They're sealed. And as the night go on, you'll hear, you might have to, we'll put some water in there later.
Okay.
As the night go on, you'll hear your jars popping.
No, they talk too.
They go plop, 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 plop. And you'll be asleep. But if you're a natural canner, and that's a wonderful sound during the night, because you know when you hear that pop, it's done. It's sealed. And it will stay 10 to 20 years until you open it. So, thank you, Brandy, for coming along. I hope you come again. And I hope you enjoy candy. Remember, tomatoes, don't eat anything. Okra, peppers, if you want to pickle them, make a brine. And we'll learn some more and do some more things next time. If you got any questions, remember, let us know. And if there's something you would like for us to make, you can let us know that too.
Oh, yes, that would be very exciting.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us, and hope to see you next time on Cooking with Carolyn. Bye-bye.